Hi guys, I want to talk to you about body image today. So this is my body. You see it all the time. It's changed quite a bit since you first saw me back 5 years ago. But I want to talk to you about self-love, about feeling confident in your skin. And I want to reassure you that there isn't a day that goes by where I don't feel self-conscious about something. I have very, 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 very long limbs. Look, really long arms, really long legs, which means my forearms are very narrow. Find it very difficult to put size on. Same with my legs. My legs are very long. I've got very long here, so I find it very difficult to gain size, which is difficult, and to stay lean at the same time. I hold a lot of my fat here, very hard to get rid of. A really difficult place to lose your fat. To lose fat from here means I have to almost restrict my diet so much that I lose all my muscle from everywhere else, so then I have to almost balance that out. I struggle just like you. I have so many hang-ups just like you. You might look at my body and go, really? I don't think so, because like you're half naked right now and you seem fine. That's come with age. That's come with time. That's come with learning to go, you know what? This is as good, like, I'm working my ass off. This is my body. I'm going to celebrate it for what it is. That's what that is. That's not, I love my body. Yeah, I'm awesome. It's not that. It's the owning of your size. It's the owning of your shape. It's the owning of that one body that you've been given that you're going to look after. We are all different and we all carry our own battles. Just because you see somebody with your idea of a perfect body does not mean that they don't have hang-ups. Does not mean that they are not self-conscious about something. I look at a lot of people's bodies and go, I wish I had a bigger ass. I wish I had more curves. I wish I wasn't quite so long. There are so many things that I wish I had that we all do. We're all human. We all do that. But with age and time and confidence building, and learning to respect the fact that this is your body, this is the skin that you were given, and you were given it for a reason. There's only one of you. This is the thing that you have to look after. There's a couple of things that I have had to learn, a very hard lesson along the way. I had my breast implants, for those of you that don't know, when I first started working out with you guys. I had very, 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 very probably the wrong advice at the time. Big implants put in. I don't think there was a time that I wasn't in pain, and you were not aware of this, but I had the most excruciating pain with the implants that I had in, mainly because they were the wrong size. It's something I need to go back a little bit, because it's something that I'd always felt self-conscious about, but I think the reason that it pushed me to have it was, I can't deny it, I was in the public eye. I was getting a lot of criticism. I kind of wanted a bit of a self-boost, so I was like, you know what, this is something I've always wanted doing, I'm going to do it. And I did. And I don't smoke, I don't drink, I eat well, I train hard. And I was one of the unfortunate few where my implants just rejected on me, and I was in so much pain. I can't even describe to you how much pain I was in. I had to have at least 8 operations to get rid of scar tissue and then be sewn up. Now, let me explain how that goes. Whenever you go in for an operation, you have at least 2 months downtime. So while I was working out with you guys, I would have to go back in to get the scar tissue taken out, because whenever I would do a push-up, it was so tight, it felt like my skin was ripping. So that would put me down, so that I wasn't able to work out. And then when I was well again, I would have to be on camera. And straight away I was self-conscious. I was dieting quite a lot, because I just wanted to almost maintain the fact that I was, not dieting's the wrong word. I was really watching my food. Because I wasn't training very hard, I used to really monitor everything that I was eating, because I was aware that I wasn't training and I needed to be back on camera. So then when I got back on camera, I was pushing hard, and then I'd get the same problem again, and then I'd go in. So I got my implants reduced, which is another operation, which is more stress on the body. Again, No reason for why this shouldn't have worked, because I'm healthy, I've never smoked, I've trained hard all my life, thinking this is it, problem solved. Same thing happened again. Rejected. I then had them taken out, which is again another major operation, stress on the body, again while still filming, while still trying to get my head around the fact that now I've got these implants taken out. Now I feel self-conscious. When I had them removed, if you'd have asked me on the second implant that I had put in, if I could have rewound time at that point and just been given my old tiny boobs back, I would have done it in a heartbeat. I would have given you any money, and it actually upsets me because the pain that I had to go through to get to where I am today was horrendous. So the second set of implants that I had, and no, the third time I had them removed, so now I've had 2 major operations in the space of 2 years this is, and now I've had them removed. Some of you will remember that I had the pictures where I had the bandages, so then I had them removed. Now because my tissue had been inflated to so much, now I felt really self-conscious. Now I'd gone from being confident, if you like, in my own skin, to being very self-conscious. I didn't like getting undressed. I didn't want to be, I know a lot of you out there have these problems with other issues that aren't brought on by your own choices. So I was like, I had skin where I didn't want, and I was just unhappy. It made me very sad. Again, still every day, coming on, checking in, going through the workouts, putting it in every day, just trying to almost stay focused on my job and be very, very realistic that I'd put myself in this situation. So then I went for another operation, and I had teardrop implants put in, which are more natural, because I said to my doctor, I was like, look, I need something in. He was like, look, you have to, if you want this to be different, something has to be done. So I was like, okay, well, let's do the most natural we can do. So I had some teardrop implants put in again, another 2 months off, going through, like, the mental part of this was the hardest. The fact that you can't train, that you can't do pull-ups anymore, you can't do push-ups, you're going back to square one, always back to square one, and to pick yourself up over and over and over again with no understanding of why this happens to you. Like, I know some of you out there will have illnesses in the family, or illnesses for yourself, or things that are happening in your life, and there's no reason why it should go wrong, but it just does, and things happen. But I'd made that choice, so I had to own it, and I had to still do my job and still turn up. And I kind of just invested everything in work and tried to get through it. And mentally it was exhausting to stand in front of a camera without anybody knowing what was going on behind the scenes and how I felt in my body, because at times I felt horrible in my own skin. Even though I knew that I didn't look horrible, I kind of did. I felt really, really horrible. So I had the teardrop implants put in, and then as they settled, when I went upside down, they were rotating in my body, which is crazy. So back again, had them removed, had these ones put in, which thankfully a long time later, and these have been in for a couple of years now, and thankfully, touch wood, no problems, everything's fine. It's exactly how it should have been at the beginning. I'm left with a scar that reminds me of how foolish maybe it was to even think about changing something that was perfectly fine. But at the time, that's what I wanted. That's the choice I made. So at the time, I had to almost suck it up and just try and fix it, and I did, and I tried to do that. And for anybody that keeps messaging me about having breast implants, I'm telling you now, just go and buy the chicken fillets and put them in your bra, and just, I thought it would change how I felt for those things that I'd mentioned at the beginning, so my arms and my fat and the legs, and I thought it would give me more confidence. I thought it would make me feel more confident when I was out and about or online or whatever, I thought it would just help boost me a little bit. I've realised that with age, that's not what builds confidence. What builds confidence is loving yourself, getting to know your body, working hard on your body, owning the wobbly bits and the jiggly bits and the long bits and the short bits and the fat bits and the thin bits, and just loving every single part of it. You don't need to change it. You don't need to make changes. I've also had, those of you that know, I've also had my nose done, and I did that purely because it's something I've always wanted to get done. That I don't regret, because it is something that I really, really wanted doing. Just purely for me. But if you are messaging me about implants and you are messaging me about bits that you don't like for whatever reason, my advice to you is, we all go through that. Whether we have choices, whether we have surgery, whether we have injuries, we all go through that struggle. Excuse me. That struggle where you don't feel confident for some reason or another. And everybody's hiding their own battle. Whether you see it or not, everybody out there has their own struggle. And whether they come across as confident, or whether they have an amazing body, or in your eyes a perfect body, believe me, there will be something that you don't know that is something that they wish they could change. But my advice to you is to own it. My advice to you, and that the only thing that has made all of this worthwhile, is for the realization of me knowing that having boobs does not make anything better or worse. It doesn't change anything, because it's not what's on the outside. And that's what I always try to put across to you from since going through the struggles I've been through. The reason I can come across to you and tell you that your outside does not define you is because I've been there. I have struggled through illness. I've struggled through operations. I've struggled through not being able to get out of bed and train. I've struggled through, the mental thing that comes with all of that. And I can honestly tell you right now that it's not about the outside. You first have to work on the inside. You have to love yourself. You have to own it. And you have to realise that everybody's different. We're all fighting our own battles, and we're all trying to just do the best we can with what we've got. And also, I wanted to talk very quickly about muscles. Everybody's like, oh, girls shouldn't be muscly. You can be whatever you want. I have to lift as heavy as possible because I'm so lean and I'm so petite, and if people even realise just how hard it is to maintain this for me, they wouldn't have anything to say. They wouldn't judge anything. And that's come with experience, with being online, with just not even listening to the haters, because then you almost, if you listen to people's comments, if you listen to people's negativity, if you take on board anybody's opinion about you, then you're basically leading your life based on what they think about you. You need to disown that. You need to do what's right for you. If you want to be stronger and you want more muscles, go and lift. If you want a bigger ass, go and squat. If you want to get some abs, tweak your diet. It's your body. You own it. You change it. You make the changes that you need. But believe me when I tell you that it doesn't matter how amazing this outside bit looks, a lesson that you have to learn, and you will learn it as time goes on, I promise you, as you get older. It doesn't matter what's on the outside. You have to love yourself from the inside, because then it'll shine through. I promise you. If you are happy and you start to love your body and you start to take good care of what's on the inside, everything on the outside will seem 100 times better. And even on those fat days, or even on those days where you're just fed up and nothing is changing or nothing's working and you just feel like giving up, you'll just have that extra motivation to go, you know what, I love my body. This is my body. Whether you've had children, whether you've had injuries, whatever it is, love your body and realise that nobody is made the same, and they're not made the same for a reason. You don't look like me, I don't look like you, and that is the point of life. The point of life is to go through your path, your journey, but don't spend your days wishing that you looked like this or wishing that you looked like that. Own your body, love your body, and just work hard and just do the best you can every single day, and I promise you, all of those changes that you want to see, the more you give yourself some self-love and the more you give yourself some confidence to just own it, everything else will change, I promise you. I hope this has helped. I hope me being a bit candid about how I feel about my body and the things that I get frustrated with, I hope it's helped you. And for anybody out there, you know, that's dealing with operations or illness or struggling to work out, or you just don't know what to do, because I know some of you out there really get hung up on your body and how you feel about it. And if this helps at all, to know that we all go through the same struggles, we all have the same thoughts, we all feel the same way, I hope it's helped you. And if you do want to talk about anything, you know where I am. I'm always online. You can join me in Sweatflix for workouts, or you can come to the Body Rock Facebook pages and we'll be there to answer questions. And yeah, I hope this has helped. And I hope if you are dealing with anything that I've dealt with, it gives you the confidence to just stand up, get up and keep moving one day at a time, and realise that it's not the outside. And anybody that thinks that is fooling themselves. It's all about what's in here. Give yourself some self-love, and I promise you everything else will take care of itself. See you soon, guys. Bye.